Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I kayak down the lazy Mahoning River, and I prepare lovage pesto. But first, we head out to Lake Milton, and we chat with the ladies that are planning the arts and crafts at the beach. Well, it has been a few years, and I'm back with the ladies of Lake Milton. These are founding members of the arts and crafts at the beach. Last year, you girls, we didn't have one.
We did not.
Due to our pandemic, but this will be the 5th year. I cannot believe that was way back in, 14 when we first talked about this. And you have really done a lot to promote this, because now you're looking at over 90 vendors on August 14th.
We've always had a good response with our vendors, always, because this is a great venue here at the beach.
Yes.
People want to be by the water.
And you've always had great weather.
Yes.
I do not want to jinx you.
The first
but
year we were worried.
Year, it looked like it was going to be torrential, and
blew right by us.
Blew right by. So hopefully you'll keep that track record.
Yes.
And how are you obtaining all your different vendors?
We have a list of everybody that's participated. We have a website, Arts and Crafts at the Beach. That's our website that a application can be printed off, and we have a lot of return vendors.
You do.
We do.
I mean, this is nice, and I know a lot of my friends that were vendors, you know, that did this for extra money and stuff.
Right.
The last year and a half, you know, that income has dried up.
Right. It's been hard.
So I'm sure, you know, it's been, because she's crafted.
Right.
Miss Sue
She makes
Montgomery.
beautiful jewelry.
She makes beautiful jewelry. And what have you been doing with all that jewelry you've been making?
Not much. Well, there were not craft shows and places to go. So, I mean, I sell to friends and family.
Yes, little house parties.
Right.
But, you know, this will be a big exposure for you.
Yeah.
And Mandy, are you crafty, or are you just to help organize?
I just help out. I am not craftsy. I'm more a baker.
You're a buyer.
Baker,
a baker and a buyer.
Well,
Baking
and a buyer.
and buying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you should bake some goods for
She could. She's very good.
I could do
What's
that.
your specialty, Mandy?
Sweets.
There you go, Bill. Sorry. No, I don't think you bake these.
No, I didn't.
It's hard to find this package.
Those are sparkles.
Yes, but these look pretty good.
Yeah, they
I'm
do
gonna
look
have
good.
one. Maybe next year we'll get Mandy to put out a bake booth. What else are we looking forward to this year? Anything different?
Food vendors.
We have some really good food vendors. We have a kettle corn. We have a lemonade bicycle stand. That's really cute. We have
Frozen custard.
Yeah, we have all kinds of hamburgers, sausage sandwiches. Annie's food truck's going to be here. We don't have a problem feeding the people.
That is going to be great. And you know, there's so many new businesses. I noticed when we're coming in, you'll come in on the Grandview side of Lake Milton, and the park where this is going to be held is right across the street from a new bar and grill. It's called Castaway Craig's. And I'll tell you, this is really getting to be a hip little area. The beach, you know, you got the children's park here. And what improvements have you seen over the last few years? Since
They have done a lot of improvements. They fixed this bridge back here behind us. That used to be kind of wobbly, actually.
They enlarged the beach,
right.
The sand area.
Yeah, they keep it clean. It's one of the nicest state parks in Ohio. We've gotten awards time after time again for this beach. Yes, they take care of it well.
Now, you are a lifer out here, right? Born and raised on the lake.
I was 5 years old when I moved to Lake Milton.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
you've been
seen a lot of changes.
You have.
A lot of changes, yep.
And Sue, this is now, you and Dick, you're out here living the dream.
Yep.
How long have you had a home out here?
You mean to live full time?
No, you always had a place.
Yeah.
But full time, when did you move out?
10 years ago.
Wow. Okay. And what about you, Mandy?
I've lived here about 25 years.
So, I mean, I think that's long enough to make you a resident.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
for
I
sure.
like it here. I
Full-time.
really do. A lot of nice people I've met, too.
Yeah.
Made a lot of nice friends, so.
I mean, it really is beautiful. You could walk right out to your dock, hop on the boat, come on over. And I'm really looking forward to this. Anything else we need to know about our arts and crafts show?
It's 10 to 4, Saturday, August 14th, rain or shine. Like Casey said, we'll have at least 90 vendors. They're still coming in. If anybody's interested, please go to our website, Arts and Crafts at the Beach, and print off an application and send it in. We'd love to have you.
Oh, we're also having children's crafts, a little section for
Oh,
children.
that's nice to take
Keep
care
the
of
kids
the kids,
busy.
keep them busy. Well, you guys have thought of everything.
Well, if a family wants to come out, the kids and husband can stay on the beach and the girls can come over here and look, or, you know, they like to walk around too, so we get traffic from the beach also. Right
That'll be
beside us
nice.
here. It's
Oh,
right
yeah,
beside
it's
us.
a beautiful beach. I mean, really, it looks like you're in Florida.
You know, I can honestly say I've been here for over 70 years, and I think one of the best things that ever happened was the state take over our beach.
And at first, that wasn't the thought.
No, we were all against it. I have to be. I mean,
in
you know,
hindsight, though.
yeah, it really was the best because it's just grown so much, and it's just beautiful now. I love living here. I always said I'd sell my car before I sell my house.
Well, you got a boat.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm going to petition for the trees to be removed and palm trees to be put in.
Oh, okay. They're not going to grow, but we'll try it, Casey.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at elizabethbernardlaw.com.
Family-owned Mayflower Woolham Insurance Group is your full-service independent agency. Our family works with a variety of insurance companies, so you have the best choices for your insurance needs. Let us find the right product at the right price. Personal lines, business, farm, commercial insurance, life insurance. Trust locally owned Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important.
We'll take care of the details.
Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old World Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, I am here with Rude the Dude at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. Summer has arrived, and you have got so much going on, Rudy.
Yes, we do, Casey. You know, we're coming out with a new menu for summer, springtime. We started a brunch now on Sundays, 11 to 4. We got the banquet room filling up fast right now for graduation parties and showers. We're going back to the farm to table menu now on the weekend, so supporting our local farms again. So again, we're getting back to normal again, back to what we used to be, and we're just gonna do what we're used to doing here.
They're gonna have entertainment out on this gorgeous patio, and if you need to know what is happening at the Magic Tree, just sign on to their social media accounts. Go to Facebook, Instagram, go to their website, but there is always something happening here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Giving is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Giving is living.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to make for you my lovage pesto with almonds. This is delicious. You may recall we talked about lovage when Jill and I made her farro salad, and it was a newer herb that I put in my garden, and we weren't sure if you said lavage or lovage. Well, it's lovage, and it's actually really popular in Europe. The Romanians like it, the English really like it, but it is a very hardy plant. It grows very resistant to bugs and pests, and it is really delicious. And I really had a hard time trying to figure out what to do with it. And I have so much of it that I wanted to make a pesto. But the pesto had a bitterness to it because it really has a strong celery taste to it. It's a cross between celery and parsley, and it looks like a big leaf of Italian flat leaf parsley. So I was looking around for some recipes, and my buddy said, I've got this recipe with almonds and lemon and cream cheese. Makes it really creamy, and it really takes that bite out. For this recipe, you'll need 3 cups of loosely packed lovage leaves, 2 garlic cloves, juice and zest from 1 lemon, 1/2 cup of sliced almonds, 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan or Romano cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/3 cup of cream cheese, and 1/4 to 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Well, I de-stemmed and I washed and dried these lovage leaves very thoroughly because I don't want them to get mushy. You want them to remain, pretty crisp, and you don't want them to lose their pretty color. So we will put that in the bowl of the food processor, and make sure you use the blade attachment. Then I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic. You can add more if you like it, and I'm a garlic fan, and I thought 2 was more than adequate. And then I'm going to add the almonds. You can use slivered too, but I had these already in the freezer. And I'm going to now put the zest in. So remember to not go too deep. You don't want to get the white pith. Cut that in half and juice it directly in the bowl. I love this little gadget. I can't remember where I got it, but it really juices the citrus nice, and then the little holes pick up the seeds. And now what we're gonna do is just put the lid on and just pulse it until it's all broken up. Yep, it looks great. I will add the 1/2 cup of cheese. I'm using Romano because I like it better, but Parmesan works just as well. And I'm going to add the cream cheese. This is what makes this pesto. I know it seems weird, but it's good. So we're gonna drop that in. And then the nutmeg. Nutmeg is perfect for lovage. I'm not sure what it is, but they're both very warm tasting, and I think that helps. And then about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Don't forget, you can always adjust and add more salt, but you're getting a lot of salt from the cheese. All right, so now I'm going to run it on, and through the tube, I'm gonna keep adding oil, and I kinda know what kind of consistency I want. I don't want it to be too oily. So I'm gonna do, I think this is looking good. That's just about right. And I think I added about 1/4 cup. So let's do one more run. Oh yeah. But just a little bit more to loosen it up. we'll just put this all in a bowl. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty generous cup. I'd say almost 2 cups. So now, let's add, I like to add a little bit of the sauce at the bottom, you know, and mix about half of it together. And then always reserve a little bit of pasta water in case you don't think it's loose enough. And I think that we will be adding that. So now I'll add the rest.
You want some pasta water?
Yeah, I got the pasta water right here. And then we'll add a little bit more. Be generous. This is your main course, or I guess it could be a side. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of pasta water to loosen it, see? And you just, oops, one escaped. And you just mix that all together, and honestly, it is so good. So there we have it. Doesn't that look great?
It does.
Look at the beautiful color. Now, you had this the other night. You've been one of my little guinea pigs for all my dishes.
Yes.
Well, as a pasta sauce, it's excellent.
Oh, it's delicious.
And it makes a great little dip. Look at my little baby little dip plate.
Put it in.
And then you can also put it like under cream cheese or under goat cheese and, you know, layer it up. I mean, it's really good. Ken put it on his bagel this morning. Can't beat that.
No.
All right, so let's see. You could add additional cheese, but I don't think it needs it.
I never put cheese on mine. It's so good.
What is fresh and sparkling and has a little bit of a carbonation to it, and it's very reasonably priced. It's from Portugal, the Vinho Verde. And it comes from a lot of different labels, but the Casal Garcia is probably the most famous. I love this stuff, and it's lower in alcohol. It's a really nice, sessionable wine.
What's nice, it's kind of sparkly.
Yeah, because it's not in the tanks long. Kind of ferment. It's really, really good. I love this stuff. So, go to my website, caseymalonshow.com, and look for my lovage pesto with almonds. I can't remember what to do it. And you are going to love it and get some lovage in that garden.
It's wonderful.
This is the Casey Malone Show.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
Is it time to update your color style? RNS Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop RNS Paint.
So you're looking to enhance your garage floor.
Absolutely.
Get rid of cracked and stained concrete. Even out your garage floor with Pebblestone, the best concrete covering. Here's your new floor. Ta-da! Pebblestone is made with natural stone and the strongest man-made binder. It's easy to clean, withstands moisture, and adds value to your home.
Isn't this incredible?
I love it. Call now and receive 50% off select colors. Trust the Valley's own Pebblestone.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, I am not really sure whether to kiss or kick Mr. Callinger here. He is a friend of the Mahoning River, and he, really got me involved with this kayak canoe trip.
Good.
And you are a kayaker.
Yes.
And how long have you been involved with this organization?
With the organization, better part of a year, and it's been a nice little ride in so many ways. There's a lot to like about, for several reasons. One of the things is that the organization provides information, and it monitors legislative things that might affect the Mahoning River. And I know we're all excited about the possibility of this becoming a state park. I mean, and that might not be...
and you see the other communities, how, the river has transformed their downtown and their area, because it just attracts people, it attracts business, where before ours was not in such good shape with the mills and all that and the dumping. So now we really do have an opportunity to build upon the river.
It's really nice to see it go that way too. I mean, when you're on the river downtown, because it is surrounded by essentially a tunnel of trees, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. Maybe the viewers will notice this in the segment.
And the perspective, I think, will be really neat, to see it from the river view.
From the river point of view, and it's just a very pretty ride. And then in addition to the legislative and the informational things that this organization does, it also helps to spur recreation, because of this organization, you're going to be introduced to a lot of places where you can kayak. In western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, there are so many places, lakes, rivers, that you're not really aware of. And not only are there a bevy of these places to do, the access to these things has greatly improved as well.
This is Don Rex, and he is on the board of the Friends of the Mahoning River. And how long have you been involved?
Probably 4 or 5 years now.
And what made you get involved with this organization?
I was always interested in the river. We used to canoe with my kids from Niles to Girard. So when I saw the organization, and they met at that time at the public library, that's when I started going.
So
haven't stopped.
Canoed for many years on the river?
Yeah, occasionally, not regularly, but I used to take family members from Niles to Girard, which is a very easy paddle.
It is, and they have the launches and that there,
Yes.
or would you just kind of rough it and jump in and jump out?
They have spots, but they're primitive.
Are you seeing progress? With the river and the cleaning and getting it together?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. But as far as launches, we were very instrumental in getting the one in Girard. We're the ones that approached the mayor and council about applying for the grant to get the Girard launch, and we got it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, that connects everybody. Now, have you taken it all the way into Newcastle?
Yes.
How long does that ride take?
I've taken it on and in the river.
Have you dumped a couple times?
Oh, yes. I've become famous for getting caught in strainers. I don't know if you know what a strainer is.
Well, no, but I hope you'll tell me.
It's simply where a tree has come down and the branches are in the water, but the water flows through the branches. But if you get caught in it, you don't flow through. You get stuck.
Oh my gosh.
And then you eventually flood and you go in.
So when you go in, what is the water like? I mean, is it just...
Not bad. In fact, the last time I went in, I was towards the rear of the pack going, so I knew there was people ahead of me. So when I went in, I just laid back on my life vest, put my feet out in front of me, and just floated down to them.
Patricia Dunbar is one of the founders and the president of the Friends of the Mahoning River. And you started this organization back in 12.
Right.
And what were the goals of your group when you started this?
Well, first of all, we wanted to advocate for the river. So we wanted to be the voice of the river in terms of restoring it, in terms of recreation, because so many people think it's like a sewer. Don't step in it, you're gonna get sick, and that's not the case. It is, Ohio EPA did a biological study in 2012, 2013, and found that the water quality is improved. And there's still gunky sediments in there.
Yes.
But the water quality is really good. The fish are coming back. I mean, it's just wonderful. And I wanted, just to get that story out and to get the community to value what a wonderful resource that we have running in our backyard.
And it really is a long river.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it goes from Columbiana, all the way into Pennsylvania.
Right.
I mean, it's quite a river.
Well, not only that, but it's got a U shape. So it starts in Alliance, is where the headwaters are, goes north into Levittsburg and Warren, then starts coming south, and then, goes into Pennsylvania. So it's very different.
And what changes have you seen since you started this group?
More launches, which
more
is
awareness.
More awareness as well, yes. Because another thing that our group does is we have an annual River Fest. This year was our 8th, because we've had one every year since we've started. Just again to bring people down to celebrate the river, to make them aware that the river's here. It's we were participating with Lowellville. They're trying to remove that dam, and that's another goal, is getting rid of all the low-head dams that were put in place during steel making. We needed it back then, but we don't need them now. And now they're just an obstacle for water quality, for fish, for recreation.
So your goals are just to keep it accessible and just to keep it, for recreation.
Recreation, and just the fact that, just to come down here and see the beauty.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.